Fashion is art, not in theory, not in debate, in function. And if that makes people uncomfortable, it's because they've been taught to see fashion as something smaller than it is. Most people don't look at fashion. They consume it, they scroll past it, they copy it, they chase it, but they don't engage with it, and that's the difference. Because fashion was never created to be static, it was created to move, to live on a body, to change depending on who wears it, to mean something different depending on who sees it. That's not limitation, that it's power. Before museums, before expeditions, before anyone labeled anything as art, humans were already using clothing to communicate. Power, belief, identity, every civilization understood this instinctively. Clothing wasn't decoration, it was language, and language is a form of art. But somewhere along the way, fashion was separated from that understanding, regulated to something lesser, something temporary, something practical, something not worthy of the same intellectual space as painting or sculpture. But that separation was never real, it was constructed. Designers like Elsa Schiaparelli didn't just design garments, they collaborated with artists like Salvador Dali, blurring the lines between object and illusion. And Alexander McQueen didn't create collections for convenience, he created experiences, emotional, uncomfortable, unforgettable. That's not fashion trying to be art, that's fashion operating as art. The reason people still debate this today isn't because the answer isn't clear, it's because most people are looking at fashion the wrong way. In the 2020s, fashion has always been compressed, flattened into content, reduced to trends, replicated endlessly across platforms like TikTok. Outfits are no longer interpreted, they're copied. Aesthetic cycles move faster than meaning can form, and when everything is in, nothing is actually understood. People think they're participating in fashion, but most are just repeating it. Fashion at its core requires a relationship between the garment, the body, and the observer. It's not complete until it's seen, and it's not meaningful until it's interpreted. That's why two people can wear the same thing and it becomes something entirely different. And that's where most people lose the thread. They confuse visibility with understanding. They think seeing something frequently means they understand it. But repetition isn't comprehension, it's familiarity. To actually see fashion as art, you have to step outside of its immediate influence. You have to observe it without needing it, without chasing it, without being defined by it. You have to notice when something is trying to communicate versus when it's trying to perform. You have to recognize when meaning is being created and when it's being recycled. Most people won't make that distinction, and that's fine because not everyone is meant to see everything. Fashion is not asking to be validated as art. It doesn't need permission. It already functions as one of the most immediate, visible, and human forms of expression that exists. It exists on the body, it interacts with movement. It changes depending on context. It is alive in a way that most art isn't allowed to be. So when you look at fashion, don't just look at it. Ask what it's doing. Ask what it's saying. Ask who it's for, and most importantly, ask whether you're actually seeing it or just looking at it. Sincerely written in style, Mrs. October, aka the princess of fashion, the face of fashion, and the one who puts the H in fashion. Haley Henderson, see you next week, my beautiful brats.